All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Cards and Coffee. This is Elusive Collectibles, and with me today I have the Infinite Collector, also known as Izzy. And Izzy, just for anybody that's new to you, and can you share a little bit about yourself? How long you've collected for, and anything else you want to add in?
Yeah, of course. Well, I've been collecting since I was a kid, so 1994. Um, Fleer Ultra X-Men was my first set, and ever since then, buying packs at the grocery store, doing allowance and trying to get those packs from the parents, trying trying anything, trading at school just to get more characters. That's kind of what started to love. But after 96, it started getting older and cards weren't as important. They're always still a big part of my life, but we all kind of have a break.
Yeah,
And for me, I went into music and playing guitar in bands and stuff like that. And then picked it back up, 2000, probably early 2010, I want to say, when you had a lot more of the Rittenhouse sets coming out and um, all of that, 2010, 2011, there was a lot of good sets of cards coming out. And I started getting back into it. I saw that it was a opportunity to maybe start collecting again. So right before retro sets came out, things like that. Um,
awesome
and yeah,
timing.
just been collecting sets and characters. I mean, as much as I can. I mean, I got a lot of sets, like maybe like 23 full sets of cards,
That's
and
crazy.
that's just what I enjoy. But what really got me into the kick again was 2 years ago. I started collecting original art, and once I started collecting original art from like Ed Benes Studio, I got like three superhero art pieces, and at the time it wasn't, anything really big, but for me, like I received those and I was instantly hooked. And now I have an art collection of over 600 original arts and growing, and over 500 sketch cards. It
That's
just,
crazy.
I got addicted.
It's
Not gonna lie.
snowballed, right?
Yes, it
As
did.
it usually does. And that was what my follow up question to you was going to be
Yep.
is what type of collector are you? So you mentioned you do sets.
So this is where I love sets, and what I really love about sets is chase cards. I really love chase sets. So there's been times where when I'm not able to like actually break boxes open and physically get sets, I would actually go purchase the actual chase sets before I'd get the base sets. Reason for that is if I felt connected to the chase sets enough, then I would go and get the base set knowing that, well, I love this, I'm gonna love that for sure. I did that with a lot of them, and then of course I character collect. My main four are Gambit, which everybody knows because I'm always talking about Gambit, Black Widow, Thor, and Dark Phoenix. Those are like my
Nice.
tops. So everybody's got a character they love, and
Mhm.
um, I have multiple, so it makes it hard. But hey, at least I'm not, collecting a whole bunch of Spider-Man at the moment, because he's like the most popular character ever.
Yeah, no, you're doing it the right way. Especially, I like the point you made personally. That's super smart. The fact that you go after the chase sets first,
Yeah,
because you did it for different reasons. But another angle on that as well is chase sets are usually ones that go up in price before the base set does. So
right,
you're knocking out the bigger pieces, and in the future, it's easier to go back and collect base
right.
if, like you said, if you decide to go move
Yep.
forward with that.
And you know how it is, like when you're collecting cards, like when you're opening boxes or packs, whether it was a kid or now being an adult, when you'd get those chase cards and they're shiny, foiled, or whatever the variant was, um, something clicks in the brain and just like, wow, I need more of those. And for me, that's kind of where that kind of collecting started, where I always was intrigued by the chase sets more than the base cards. Doesn't mean that I don't appreciate the base cards. It
Mhm.
just, I had more of a connection to the other ones.
Absolutely, no, I agree with that as well. I'm a sucker for foil cards. I'll even go as far as to say personally, I've talked to this. this subject with other guys before, and they don't agree. But for example, the 2007, 2008 Marvel Masterpiece sets, they
Mhm.
have the foil version, and then they also have the gold border version, right? And
Right.
the gold borders are obviously more rare, but I
Yep.
prefer the foil.
Yeah, the foil has a I don't know, it just has a glamour look to it
It
where
draws you to it.
yep, it
They look,
does.
they feel more premium. I don't know. It just, you
I
know.
agree. That's why like when I see rainbow sets and rainbow cards, for example, the 2018 Marvel X-Men Flare Ultra,
Mhm.
as soon as the achievements started coming out and you can rainbow your cards, they're some of the most beautiful cards I've seen, base wise. So I got a bunch of random different rainbow cards, but they're beautiful. I'm like, I want a whole set of this, but I just can't really put all my money into getting a whole rainbow set at the moment. But it'd be nice. I want that.
Yeah, no, awesome. Now, in regards to the community and the hobby, what is your favorite part of the hobby slash community?
I guess the favorite part of it is, I guess, just when you when you get something, it could be a box, it could be a pack, it could be ripping into something and the gamble of not knowing what you're gonna get, or sometimes you know what you're gonna get, but the excitement is still there. But even something as simple as just like when I get my art from artists, all around the world, I know what it is, but it's that moment of opening it and actually seeing it, the actual piece in person. That's what that's kind of what gets me into the hobby and enjoying it the most. The reveal of something.
Mhm.
So when I even when I get like a mail call or something and I get a card, I'm like, I know what that looks like on photo.
Yeah.
But when I have that in my hands, is it going to look the same? And if it does, then that excitement just excels to want to get more. I mean, it's the ongoing collector addiction, right?
It's a vicious cycle, man. It
It
really
is.
is.
It is.
Eh, Now, what part of the hobby is your least favorite, or if not your least favorite, what part of the hobby, if you could, what would you change?
Um, I would. I mean, this is probably a typical thing to say, but the greed in the hobby, I just feel like, I mean, people price things the way that they want to price, and I totally understand that because you know what, if you own something, what is the value to you? It could be top dollar compared to someone else, and that's fine. But maybe having more product or more an easier way to attain things to not feel like you have to spend top dollar all the time and be able to take that little bit of stress out of being a collector. And I guess so maybe it would come down to maybe more product because that would bring down prices, possibly,
Mhm.
to attain more.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, and I think that's what's just to your point. I think that's what's happening on the Pokemon side, right? Like
Yeah.
all the modern cards are being printed to oblivion. So it's a double-edged sword, but I think I know what you're referring to.
Yeah, and
Just people that.
I'm not really like throwing, I mean, no matter what, this hobby is going to grow and it's going to be more expensive. Just if there was a way for I mean, I know there's trading communities, there's different outlets and things for people to go to, but just if there was a way to like not feel like you have to, spend and like everybody's got to save for something they enjoy, of course. That's just comes down to it, but I don't know, it's hard to explain. I mean, I guess I just would want a way to make it a little more accessible for more without capping out so quickly is all.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I think the only way to do that is if me and you never stopped collecting since the '90s.
I know.
All
I know.
right, we would have everything. But here's you might enjoy this one. What's one, since and this one specifically for you because I know you like chase sets and inserts.
Mhm.
What's one, yeah, and you could go with the whole set or one specific card in general, whatever you prefer. But what's one insert or chase set that 10 years down the road people are going to look back and wish they would have added to their PC?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Ah, man,
I'm
that's
telling
really that's
you.
really tough. It's like, should I just pick one card to be safe?
Yeah,
Because
you could pick a couple. I mean,
yeah,
I'm gonna assume that just to help you out here, I'm gonna assume some of it, at least one of them, has to have to do with the Rittenhouse sets, right?
Well, actually, I do. Although I do love the Rittenhouse stuff, it's actually probably going to be some of the chase sets and more of the ones that are more well known, like your Marvel Masterpiece sets, and um, I personally like the Fleer. So I guess one of my top sets, and it's only because it's rainbow foiled, like we had talked about,
Mhm.
is probably right now number one on my list. Not anybody, nobody is really thinking about is the 2018 Marvel X-Men Flare Ultra battle cards, the battle chase set. So remember
Mhm.
in 1994 when they had the battle ones, you would have Wolverine, all of them were battling and
Mhm.
there were sick cards. Well, you can get the new cards, but they just come in a regular base foil. They're nothing special. It doesn't feel like a chase card other than the
Mhm.
back. The back is the same, you know. Um, but if you get them rainbowed, if you can find a set rainbowed and it's very hard to get, then that would be the one to chase because nobody's going to have those rainbow sets. And that's what brings you your foil. Now they look like a chase card. So,
Yeah, that makes sense. Are you referring to, just to be clear, because I think I've seen this before now, on the 2018 Fleer X-Men, they do have like numbered cards as well, and you see the little X's on them, and some are out of
mhm,
99, buybacks are out of 50, I believe,
right.
right? And now, are you referring to the ones that don't have the X, but it have foiling on it? I mean,
Um,
excuse me, they're not numbered, but they have
yep,
rainbow foil.
exactly. So they're
Oh,
not
yeah.
numbered on the
Mhm.
back. They're kind of rainbowed, like the old school 1994 ones. You'd get the six cards. They had like Gambit, and Gambit was actually on there, which I love because sometimes he's not used enough. But yes, that's exactly it. But in 1994, they already had the foil on them. That's what made them the chase cards. These ones, you get them in the packs, and they're just regular base cards. Nothing special about them other than you're collecting that set of chase cards out of. I want to say this one was out of 10. Yeah, I
Mhm.
believe it is out of 10. And but as soon as I got the rainbow, then I'm like, okay, now this feels like a chase set, and it was very exciting for me to have that because I'm like, no one else has these. They're not selling them, and I didn't know why. And then when I figured out, oh, okay, rainbow stuff is a big part of achievements, and I didn't know a lot of that stuff. I'm pretty new to EPAC and how all that stuff works, so I'm learning. But that's what made it really intriguing to me was like, oh, okay, I want that because maybe I can get that excitement like I did in 1994 where I opened those and you get those chase cards and you're like, oh, the foil is just
Yeah.
so sick, and I got that with that, and that helped me kind of like want to keep collecting in that set. So yeah.
And yeah, and to your point, because of you, I also found out about this set, and this is more of a Rittenhouse. I thought this is one of the ones you would bring up, but thanks to you, you mentioned to me about the obviously in a private conversation in regards to those gold achievement cards from the 2019 Flare.
Oh yeah, that is.
So that's not Rittenhouse. Sorry, excuse me, but
Yep.
it's another chase set that most people don't know about. I didn't know about. You pointed it
Oh
out
yeah.
to me.
That would be
So
that would be on my list too. And by the way, they're popping up here and there.
yeah,
Full
yeah.
sets.
As soon as you told me, I was able to pick up like the key ones I wanted, about 10 or 12 of them,
Yeah.
but I didn't go after a full set.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate you giving me the heads up because of that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
anything Rittenhouse you think you would throw in there as far as like something that people are overlooking that years to come they're gonna go, man, I wish we would have looked more into those.
yeah, so a really fun one is 2014 they have a shadow box set. Really
Mhm.
fun. And I think it's only like 60 or 70 bucks. You can get the whole set.
Mhm.
Just amazing. They're not hard numbered or anything, but when you actually see them in person, they're just so cool. Um, that one's cool. They're not foiled or anything, but a lot of chase sets, nowadays, or even then, we're always going to be that special glam. It just something that's different than the base, where you feel like you're chasing something. Um, I liked those. The one that we're going to be doing now, here on the podcast soon, the 75th anniversary. Um, those ones are actually really nice too. Now, I don't have all of those ones. I'm hoping that when we open the box, maybe like I'll get intrigued to kind of get more of them. But I do love the diamonds and stuff that you can get out of there. The 1 of 10s, I mean, they're cool.
Yeah, those are awesome, man. I think people are sleeping on both those, the 75th anniversary and the diamonds. Yeah, that's a good point.
Right. But I would have to
Here, go
say
ahead.
one more thing. Sorry.
No, no, good. You're good.
And I'll make it quick. When we were just talking about chase sets, one that was kind of overlooked, and back in the day, the 90, you had your 95 and 94 flare, and they had the power blast.
Hmm.
But a lot of people, I think, I don't. Maybe I mean maybe it's just because collectors don't talk about them. But the power blast set and the retro set is incredible, and I like it way more than the retros. It added that retro feel but still stayed true to the power blast. And I'm missing one card, so maybe that's why it's on my brain all the time.
Yeah, I love that. Another good point of what you just referred to. Another one that would I think would fit the same parameters would be the subset in the 2013 and 2015 retro Fleer, the ones that look like the Impel cards from the 90s.
Yeah,
Those
the
I love those, man.
yeah,
Those are awesome. And to your point, I think that not only are they cooler than the originals, right?
yeah,
They're probably more rare than the original.
yeah. Yeah, no, you're probably right. I think they did a lot of good things with the retro sets, which is why you see all these PMGs going off like crazy. I mean, um, there was a lot of notability and time taken on all those sets and those cards that they chose to do. It's just, I mean, there's just it's a huge collection. I mean, you can't. I mean, if somebody has all that, kudos to them. But I'm like,
Mhm.
oh man, I wish I had all of. There's just too much to collect in that set. It's just
But
incredible.
but you could see, pretty much what we're saying is, I think we both can agree that they definitely put a lot of effort into those sets in
Oh yeah,
comparison to, not to pick on any set specifically, but like a modern set like X-Men Metal.
yeah.
It's hard to compare that set to a 13 Retro Fleer or even the 15, you know.
Hmm.
But yeah,
I
here,
agree.
here's
I agree.
here's a fun one for you. I've asked every guest this so far, and I love everybody's different answers. I can't wait to see what you come up with.
Oh great.
But if and I'll let you pick whichever company you prefer as far as distributors. But if and I'm removing Upper Deck just because they currently make all the Marvel cards, right?
Right.
But if you could pick working for either Panini or for Topps, and they give you creative control, and you're going to design the next Marvel set,
Hmm.
how would that Marvel set look? Now, just to give you time to think about it as I'm asking you this, I'll give you some hints onto some of what the other guests said. So they raised the bar pretty high. So I'll start with Marvel Cards Up, if you're familiar with Brian.
Hmm.
So he said he would do the set would be only 100 sets printed, so super limited base set. He said he would have black and gold PMGs. The black would be numbered to 3, and the gold would be 1 of 1.
Okay.
And then he picked, another question in regards to the set is you get to pick 3 artists to work on the set with you, right? He picked Jusko, Andy Warhol. I mean, he was pulling out from the art world for real, So
Yeah.
so yeah, just to give you some context to the question, what would your set look like? What inserts would be there? Would it be all numbered cards? Walk me through it.
Oh man. Okay. So and you have to pick tops or
Or anybody you like. I only bring those up because those are the major players other than Upper Deck.
right,
Uh,
but you're kind of not counting them just because they do everything. Got it.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'd probably I'd be fine with tops because I grew up, of the all the sports all around, when all the Marvel was going on. I still collected baseball cards. I still collected just, football, basketball, everything. And I remember tops being a big part of my childhood in a sense, just being involved around that. So I'd probably go with them as the brand. So, but as far as a set, oh man. So you can have if you can pick anything in the set, it'd be and you can go with numbered cards or anything, right?
Anything. You're the one creating all of it from scratch.
Okay. Well, I do like that Marvel Masterpieces does number their sets. That is pretty cool. I think it makes it more elite. Your chances are you're gonna want that more. So I'd probably say I do something similar to like what they did, but I would with a twist. I would actually probably have okay, well, of course Gambit's going to be in it cuz I hate it when he's not in it. So that's one thing that bugged me about 2020 Marvel Masterpieces. He was on the canvas. Like
Yes.
no, put him in the set. Okay, but anyway, to get to your point, I'd probably do I'd probably do not 3 characters, but I do say you have a set of 100. I'd probably have 2 characters. So like for instance, you'd have like a Black Widow and then another Black Widow. There'd always be 2 character
Mm,
cards.
okay.
Okay. Um, but what I would want to do is I'd want to actually have it so that you had to be pushed to collect the whole set. I'd make them dual cards so that they can connect. Would be pretty cool. So I would have them dual, or at least I did like to. If you were putting them in the binder, I guess 3 would be better. So we're gonna go with 3.
Mm. Oh
Why
yeah,
not?
that's
I'm gonna
right.
change it on
Yeah,
the fly.
it's
That's
all
probably
you,
a good
man.
idea. So 3 character cards. I'd make them puzzle together the whole set. Um, and I do that only because then you can see 3 different artists' style on each card.
Yeah, similar to '95 with the emotions.
Yes, yes, because I love that. I love when um, the distributors and artists do all that together. I think it's intriguing, and I love one artist. Don't get me wrong, that's so cool. But it's nice to see different art. Coming from an art
Mhm.
collector, I like to just see different styles. But what would be cool about that is those artists actually working together on making them all connect. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it'd be a harder kind of set because you would have to actually, they would have to bounce ideas off each other and make them all connect in their style, not like just one card as its own from one artist, one card as another. They all have to be in tune. So I do that. I would make I would probably make there be I like the simplicity of having a 1 in 10 card. I I would
Mhm.
do that. I like having 10 just sounds like a good number, and then
Mhm.
I'd have a 1-of-1. Of course. You got to have a 1-on-1, but on the 1-of-1s what I would probably do is I'd actually make the edge of the card all like plastic or glass looking, and I'd put like I'd want like there to be like a shininess to it, so almost like a diamond kind of feel, so that when you get
Mhm.
that card, you know that it's special, and not just the numbering, but it's the only one that looks like that. So I'd change the appearance on that one instead of just sticking like a color.
Mhm.
I would change the edges. I would make everything. I would even go to say like I would even maybe die cut the edges somehow a tad. I don't know. I'd get a little in tune with the 1-on-1 card just so that it's something someone would probably hold on and probably not sell. It'd be too
Mm.
unique.
That's awesome. Yeah. Now, so that's your base set, and then what kind of inserts would you throw in there?
Inserts, yeah, I love die cuts. I love die cuts. I'd have to have something in there, the die cut. I'd probably do something like it'd get pretty in depth with like the stories of each character, but if you had like say Doctor Strange or something, you would have him as the card, but you would also have his powers maybe the cutout so that his elements are kind of in there, whether it's a circle, a power, but everything's die cut. And I would do that unique with every character. So if it was Gambit, like his cards are out die cut, but then his character is kind of proportioned out, but still having a square frame around everything.
And
So
who
it
do
would take a
you?
while.
Yeah, no worries. And who would your artist be?
Artists would probably be Tim Grayson for sure. He's an artist in Poland. His realism art is just unparalleled to so much. I would definitely use him for a big part of my stuff. I like the comic aspect of some of the artists that I've worked with, like Israel Ribeiro and Brazilian artist Lane. Man, I have so many. That's tough. That is
No,
really
no
tough.
worries. Yeah. No
And
worries.
then,
Yeah, sounds
yeah,
fun. Okay. And anything else you would want to add to that, or we're good with that?
yeah. I mean, probably just another. I mean, as far as chase sets, I'd probably have a. I I'm a rocker at heart, and I love my blues and rock and roll and all that. So I'd probably incorporate that somehow in the thing. So maybe having a foiled card of a character, but maybe there'd be like, and then this is just like spitballing. This isn't for everybody, but it would actually be cool. Like maybe the card in the background is like a big amp or something, and they're kind of like, at a concert or something.
You gave me an idea just to help you out here with your set. You were referring to die cuts. What if you did like a guitar pick as a
That'd
die
be cool.
cast, right?
Yeah,
That'd be sick.
that'd be good.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Guitar picks, they could be relatable in so many ways. Why not?
yeah, dude. I think that's awesome, man. Well, look, if you ever make that set, let me be one of the first ones that get dibs on that before everybody chases
Right.
it.
Right.
Here's another fun one for you. If I had a magic lamp and I could grant you 3 wishes, but again, Brian tried this, so no wish could grant you more wishes. All right, we're limited in that.
Right.
What if I could snap my fingers and give you 3 cards and place them in your PC that you currently don't own that you're looking for? What would those 3 cards be?
Oh, okay. So I can't own them.
Yeah, you can't own them. Correct.
And it doesn't matter the price.
Don't matter. You just let me know.
Well, if everybody knows me from complaining about not having that Ghost Rider Power Blast, that would be one of them.
Okay.
I mean, it's probably not that expensive of a card. It's just no one has
it. It completes it for you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I just want that feeling of knowing I have that finally. Okay, so that I'd want the Gambit Red Spectrum 2016. I mean, whoever has that is super lucky. So yes, I'd want that. And then
now that you mention it.
What I know, right? Like what? I gotta trade my whole house for it. What do I gotta do?
That's crazy. For people that don't know, Red Spectrums are 1-of-1s.
I know. I had one. I had Ghost Spider of 2020 Marvel Masterpieces. She's on the inside of the box. I sold it for $1,000 because the collector had to have that character with the box art. And because I wasn't collecting that character at the time, I'm like, I already got all the other the base cards and the epic purples and all that. I'm like, sure. Now I'm kicking myself. I'm like, oh.
No, that's all right. Hey, karma might come back, and I'm sure someone will offer you that Red Spectrum Gambit for a decent price.
I know. It's not going to be easy to get stuff like that. The things you want are never going to be that easy, but that's what makes it fun.
The chase.
You always chase. Third, wow, that's tough. I would have to probably say, oh man, God, that's tough. I would want to say probably like a Stanley Auto, but it would have to be, I don't know. I would have to be, it'd have to be a pack pulled one, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I know Marvel Beginnings had them. That would be pretty cool. But some of the ones I've seen, they weren't like the most, notable comics all the time. But having one that was pretty iconic would be pretty cool. But I don't know. To cut to the bottom line, I guess I would have to go with like, I can't do like a 2-parter, like a maybe this or that, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, in case. Yeah. Go ahead. I'll let you do that.
I would love to have a Gambit PMG or Black Widow PMG, but the 1-1 would be pretty awesome because I don't know the 2013s. Does it stop at 10 or there's one?
They stop at 10. No, 2013 stop at 10. Yeah, 15 they have the 1-of-1s.
Yeah, so
and 17.
But yeah, so in that set, I guess the 1-of-1 or the Black Widow. I know they have in 2017 Spider-Man. They have the Black Widow. I've seen the one. I haven't seen like a 1-of-1, but I've seen the purple, the 1-of-5.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
That was epic looking, and I like the art on that. So
Yes,
I
yeah,
would be happy with any of those PMGs just because of how iconic they're gonna keep being.
mhm.
I would be smart to probably make that a play.
That's a great answer. Yeah, and you're right. That artwork for Scarlet, I owned the red one, just the one for
Yeah,
number 200. But
nice.
you're right. Yeah, they knocked that art personally. I think the artwork is great
Yeah,
on that card.
yep.
Yeah, and the last one, man. If you could share with us your top 3 favorite cards in your personal collection, it had nothing to do with value, just your favorite cards.
Yep, I'm just gonna go with what is the in my favorite currently. Because I
Yeah,
have
yeah, because that changes. Yeah, that's true.
I switch it out. This one's gonna be easy. This is one I kind of showed off not too long ago in a video.
You just tilt it down a little bit. Uh, tilt it down from the top. There you go. Back it up a little bit and just tilt it. There you
Okay,
go.
sorry. Trying to
Nice.
get
No,
that
you're good.
better.
Nice, yeah. Captain
Okay,
America, auto.
this is a Ron Friends auto gold. I've never seen one other than this.
That's an awesome card, man. Yeah, that
And
one's awesome. I love the gold.
yeah, and it's the 75th Captain America's 75th anniversary.
Oh, okay.
So it's from this set. But this was such an iconic moment, when he lifts. I don't know, how do you pronounce it? Milnar?
On
Always butcher.
the hammer.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forget. I'm gonna butcher it too.
we'll let other people comment on that.
Yeah.
So that would be on the top right now. I'm loving my 1 of 10 Black Widow, and this is going to be from your Marvel 2014 75th anniversary. These are going to be your diamonds, and I really love that. So, and this one this week. Oh, I didn't. This was one of those cards I didn't want to show but I think I have to.
And it's okay. Look, if it makes you feel better, this probably won't be dropped until another 2 months.
Yeah.
So if that helps.
Yeah. No, it's all good. I know everybody's gonna hit me up for it, but it's okay. I think it's special. This is a buyback.
It's an awesome buyback.
But it is
Omega?
2019 Flair.
Mhm.
Wolverine, of course. Everybody is so hot for him, and it is the Omega.
That's awesome.
So it is I don't know if you can see
20
it.
of 20.
20 of 20. Yep.
That's awesome, man.
So that would probably be. And then just a notable one also.
Notable mention?
Yeah, notable mention. I don't know if anyone's done that, but I pulled a fast one on you.
No, you're good. Nova printing plate?
Printing plate 101.
That's awesome. No, you're good, man. Spidey Jew, he speaking of anybody pulled that on me, he did. What he did was he brought his top 3 cards that were his favorites, his top 3 most valuable cards, his top 3 most meaningful to him. Like he ended up bringing about 12 cards, just so you know. So you're good. Don't worry about it, man.
Got it.
Well,
okay.
It was super.
Show my game.
Yeah, show me that one. Yeah, a little bit higher. Back up a little bit and just a little bit higher. There you go.
Got it. Yep.
That's
I'm trying
awesome.
to figure this out.
No, you're good, man.
Gambit from artist Cesar Flores. And I just love this Gambit sketch. I haven't seen a lot of Gambit sketches that I really love that are abstract like this.
No,
for me, this is one of my favorites. Sorry, I keep moving away.
No, you're good. It's top 3 for me that I've seen, and I've seen some good ones. I've seen a good one by Tony Perna.
Yeah.
And I've seen Sketchcard has a really, really nice one. He doesn't want to show it though.
I know. He won't show me.
Yeah.
That's probably fine because then I won't think I have the best one anymore.
Yeah.
But
no, yeah, it's still awesome, man. It's an awesome card. I have the best
one because he hasn't shown me. So
and that's all that matters, man. You don't want that. You don't want that seed planted, But listen, Izzy, man, thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate you joining me today. Where can people find you if anybody's looking, to connect with you?
Yeah, right now I'm on Instagram, just at the Infinite Collector. I post a lot of crazy videos of my collection of art and cards, and promote artists and stuff. I'm going to be having a reveal coming up soon of some commission work. So all about getting these artists known that aren't, and you know, we would be nowhere in the superhero world without them. If we didn't have those artists, we wouldn't be having anything to read in comics or cards or anything. So a lot to showcase on them. But yeah, check it out. I got some cool stuff on there, and it's not for everybody, but it's fun right now. And my YouTube is on the link too, but it's very small. I'm more trying to just grow my Instagram at the moment. So, but yeah, go on there, Infinite Collector. I'm Izzy. Thanks a lot.
No, thank you, man. And I'll definitely once I release this video, I'll have your Instagram link and your YouTube at that point.
Okay.
Thanks
perfect.
again, man. Have a great weekend.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Elusive.